Wait, by the way, I was wondering if I could step out for a minute. I need to use the restroom.
Oh, sure.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Me too, actually.
Yeah, good. Smart. Ow. Ow. We are back.
Okay.
Yay! Much better now.
Yeah. So what I was thinking,
Hmm?
trying to figure out, like, I want to talk a little bit about the NE-SI or SC-NI function pairs, because that's something a lot of people who are confused about their type about over the N versus N aspect.
Mm-hmm.
It sometimes helps to like look at those in pairs to figure out what functions they prefer. Have you looked at that at all?
The cognitive functions you said in pairs?
Well, like looking at the N and S together, like try to figure out whether you prefer NE and SI versus SE and NI.
Not really sure. I mean, I've looked at it a little bit, but not that much.
Yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what the true definition is, but I think a good way to describe it is if you use SE and NI, then what you're really doing is taking in information, via the five senses, whatever, like taking in information in the present moment as individual details, and then your NI processes that and looks at the big picture and looks at future possibilities based on what's in the present.
I guess I do that.
Whereas,
Yeah, because I think about, well, based on the details that I see of my life in the present moment, I think that my future is looking pretty bleak.
all right.
Yeah, it's sad truth.
Well, the difference though is if you're using NE and SI, NE tends to generate possibility, like it comes up with like possibility after possibility, and there's seemingly no end to it. Like an NE user can just like jump from one idea to the next, and
I suppose that would be like me because I have so many different kinds of ideas and jobs, and I seem to have a new interest every month. So I don't know. Even though I probably shouldn't, I've kind of been dropping the old interest and going with the new one, and then drop that once I get a new one.
yeah. See, I think that's more typical of NE users coming up with a new interest, whereas NI like really focuses more on one thing. They go deep into one aspect, and SI is like based on past experiences or past sensations. So like based on what you've experienced in the past, then you might generate like a whole slew of possibilities off that using your NE.
I was thinking, I don't know if this is really on topic or whatever, but I was thinking about, maybe it is a little bit, but if somebody who uses, I guess, actually this probably doesn't really have to do with cognitive functions at all, but I was thinking about maybe something that I'd like to possibly do someday is start my own business, because I realize that it's a lot of work, but at least then I wouldn't have to answer to anybody if it's myself as the owner. Because depending on who it is I have as a boss, like fortunately most of my managers and bosses that I've had at my jobs have been pretty good, but sometimes I might have to do things that I really don't feel comfortable doing. However, if I were my owner, then I would be able to do what I want for the most part.
Well, that desire to do what you want is, can be either INTP or ISTP, because both of those types. Uh, I think a lot of IT types like to be independent. But just the whole idea of being your own boss. That's yeah, that could be, that's, I think that's pretty typical of TI DOMs. But owning your own company, you would have to be a person who generates a lot of ideas, which is more suited for INTPs. Or ideally, it's suited for ENTPs, but because they're the extroverted types. They're the ones who coming. The NE is their dominant function, so they've got the ideas and they know how to execute them.
Yeah,
But
because sorry to interrupt, but I was thinking about one time when I was sitting at the bus stop at 10:45 p.m. It was when I was still in college. I worked at the same retail job I have now, but in a different branch, like it's a different store. And I was going to take my bus to New York so that I could transfer and go home. And the bus stop was next to this man. I mean, next to a business where this man was working on painting outside, and it was really late at night. So it was kind of interesting he was there. And he's the one who started speaking to me. Otherwise, I would have said nothing. But he was kind of talking about what it's like to have a business and how to work on a shoestring budget. But he says that it was very rewarding. And I was thinking maybe that would be something that I'd like to do, because I feel like in life you have to work hard at just about anything you do anyway. So you might as well work hard at something that you can have for yourself.
yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. I personally could never see myself owning a business. Um, I think it would just be like too much responsibility for me, and I wouldn't have the confidence to be able to sustain it. But
Yeah, it depends on I guess maybe what kind of business it is and the clientele and whatnot. Um, my main fear would be that it would fail and that I would lose a lot of money.
well, do you have specific reasons for thinking it would fail?
Because I don't know about specific reasons, but the truth is that businesses come and go. Like, when, for example, there are not that many small businesses in my town compared to maybe in a big city. However, there are some that have closed over the years, and the other ones have opened, and some maybe they don't last that long at all. So that's something to keep into consideration. I guess like using the information that you have observed, like from others who've had a similar experience. Even though I consider that my own experience is the best at determining what I should do in a situation, I think that maybe observing someone else's experience would be second best.
Hmm. And a lot of SI users do that. They, they,
Oh.
that's why SI users are kind of known for going with what's known to work best, or what has worked in the past.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
If you were, for example, an INTP, SI would be your third function. So
Yeah.
yeah, you would be using some of that. Uh,
Hmm. True.
but yeah, a lot of what I'm hearing now sounds a lot like is leaning a lot towards INTP. I'm
Oh,
kind of curious to know if like other people watching this are getting the same ideas.
yeah. Well, hopefully I can figure myself out soon because unless I'm figured out, I feel kind of incomplete.
Um, incomplete as in like you don't know. I mean,
Well, sorry, I just feel like if there's something that I consider that's important to, I guess, being a person that I haven't figured out about myself, then I feel disappointed in myself. Like at least on Personality Cafe, it's important for people to know what their type is, and if I don't know it, then I feel incomplete. I feel like maybe I just don't belong.
Okay, that's okay. Well, that's I mean it's a different that's like a motivator for a lot of people who try to figure out the type. Because there's a lot of people out there who just simply don't care. Um, especially SJs are notorious for not caring about their type. They
Um,
because it's like they feel like they already know how to deal with the world, and um, like I try to talk to my mom about personality types, and she's like, why do you need to know this stuff? I'm like, what do you plan to do with it?
well, I think that at least it would be interesting to know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's definite things you can do with it. Like me figuring out my job skills, knowing what I can say to interviewers.
hmm Well, I hate interviews, but most times that I've applied for a job, I never even get to the interview stage, though. Because I don't know, I feel like an interview is constant. I'm constantly being judged, and not in a good way, because I feel like anything I say could be held against me, and I don't really know what other people want to hear. Because even though sometimes people might say in an interview or a job application, just be yourself, the truth is you have to say what they want to hear.
Yeah, but it goes both ways too. Like I wouldn't want to be fake in an interview just to get a job, because then once I get the job, I have to be the person that they want me to be, and if that's not who I am, then it's like then it's just going to be draining. It's going to be miserable.
Yeah, I guess. But the problem is that if you have no other job and no income, then
Yeah,
you probably would at least want to have that job until you can find something better.
yeah, yeah. That is the tough aspect. With the economy the way it's been, you can't really be that picky. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you still have at least have options. You have a general direction of what you want to do, and at least learning along the way, like what you enjoy doing, what you don't enjoy doing. That learning those aspects can really help
hmm
you be more confident. Like I hate interviews too, like just having to be put on the spot like that. But learning about my personality type has allowed me to be more confident about what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. And so I can it's a lot easier for me to sell myself.
hmm I was thinking, supposing I did have my own business, I'd probably have to hire employees. And I was thinking about like type of employees that one has to choose, and that they have to, of course, be dependable people. And while I was thinking about that, I probably got a little off topic and thinking about how sometimes you'll see online advertisements for it saying, well, would you like to work at home? Would you like to make a lot of money? I can tell you how. Looking for serious, motivated individuals. But then I hate that they never tell you what the job is about.
Oh yeah,
I wish they would just say it up front. If it really is that great, there's no need to be secretive, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. I always wonder about those. Why don't you, you know, back in the day when I was like back in high school, I'd come across those ads in the paper every once in a while. This is before the internet, and
Yeah.
they would put like some really obscure perk in that, like like this company is owned by this former childhood actress that was on this TV series. Like, why does that matter? What's the job?
Yeah, like I really don't care who founded it. I don't care if it was the president of the United States. As long as I just as long as I know what the job is about, and if it's something that interests me, it sounds like what I could do, then I'd be fine. I don't care who founded it.
Let's see. Okay, so we've been going for like a little over an hour and a half now.
Yeah, I guess I tend to ramble about nothing sometimes.
No, I definitely had that tendency, but
Yeah,
it was
sorry. I was thinking about at my current job. This might have something to do with typing me. How sometimes customers tell me that I'm always so pleasant, and meanwhile I'm thinking I'm good at hiding the fact that I hate my life.
uh, that's what persona is. Putting putting on putting on a fake personality just to please other people, just
Well,
or just like,
not all a fake personality, because if somebody is pleasant, then I'm going to be nicer to them than I'm going to
oh yeah.
fake being nice to somebody who's unpleasant.
Well, yeah. I mean, but still, I mean, there's people, even my friends that that I see every week. It's like, um, you know, I care about these people. I don't want to be rude to them, so I'll be talkative just so that they're not uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
um, but yeah, as they get more comfortable with me and who I am, then I'll just be content to just be myself and just be just be weird uh, or just whatever. It's like or just sit there and not say anything.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, have you? So like, what are your current thoughts now as to like figuring out your type or any of the things we talked about today?
I think that I could possibly be INTP. About ISTP, I'm not so sure, just because of the different cognitive functions that come into play there. And I think that the Tine Sife of INTP sounds like it would fit me more than ISTP's Tise Nife.
Hmm, okay. Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see like how other people respond to this once it's posted and see if they get the same conclusion. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, um, but yeah, if I had to put in a guess right now, I would go with INTP.
Okay. I wonder if I should have a professional consult me, but I'll only do that if I've exhausted all my other options, because that would cost money that I don't have.
Well, one thing you can do, when I was figuring out my type, I stumbled upon this YouTube channel called Interpersonality. I don't know if you've seen it.
I don't think so.
It's this Australian woman who like does these YouTube videos about just different topics relating to personality types, and she sounds really knowledgeable. And
Um,
um, I mean, she's basically the CEO of Interpersonality, which is based in Australia. They have like these psych type experts who have been studying Carl Jung, and they she's one of those that can supposedly just type any person after talking with them for 5 minutes.
cool.
Um,
That's a wonderful skill and gift. I think it's more than just a skill at that point. It's probably a gift.
yeah, it's probably both. I mean, she's an INTJ. She's got the dominant NI, which
Um,
probably helps a lot.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you comment on her YouTube videos, she'll comment back, and um, you know,
Aw. Cool. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it.
yeah,
Thank you for suggesting that.
yeah, cool. Uh, so anyway, yeah, any other last minute thoughts?
Not quite. This is like at an interview where you say, "Do you have any more questions?" And I usually say no, which is the wrong answer. It was just the last interview that I was at that I decided to go out of my comfort zone and ask them a question, but still didn't get the job. Well,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I totally understand. Like I just figure if there's anything else on your mind, like But yeah, whenever somebody asks me that, like, do you have any other questions? I never have anything, and then I think of something 5 minutes after I leave.
yeah. Well, if I do, I'll just let you know another time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right. Well, I've really enjoyed this talk, and I find it really interesting just to hear your story and your uh, different aspects of like why you were confused about your type.
And it was interesting to learn about your methods of doing laundry.
Yeah. So yeah, now the whole world knows. I keep sweaters on my floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Okay. I hope you do as well.
And good luck with the job search and your career and everything.
Yeah. Thank you.
It all works out. But yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry. You're young. You still have plenty of time.
Hope so.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.